You said you were 60. Are you a widow? Are you married or
Divorced.
divorced? Okay, give me 1 Timothy 5:14 because you're in your 60s, right? How old are you, young lady? 28. Okay, are you married? Are you a mother?
Yeah.
See, this is another problem that's in our community. This is a big problem because a lot of times, nothing against our sisters, but they don't know. They don't know how the Bible explains that there are steps that we're supposed to follow prior to having children. Were you married before you had your child? That is a problem. 1 in 4 black women, they get married. And a lot of our women are baby mothers. And the men, it's their fault because we got to fix that. Because, listen to this, read that. Verse 14.
The book of 1 Timothy, chapter 5, verse 14.
Come on.
I will therefore that the younger woman marry.
The young women, they should be married because the men, believe it or not, men are not just wallets and sexual organs. Men are the power in the house. A man guides the house. Like you hear that bump in the night, do you want to get up and go see what's going on out there? No! That's why the men's there. We're the protectors. We protect and we provide, we profit. That's what men do. But a lot of our sisters, they're being preyed upon because men are not taught to be men. And a lot of women, they raise the same black men that they don't want in the house because they weren't married first. Read it again. Come on.
I will therefore that the younger women marry.
So the younger women, before you marry. Get married. If a guy is, our people think that having a baby, they put that on a higher pedestal than marriage. Marriage is honorable.
Right.
And the Bible talks about that. And 80% of black women, they file for divorce. Because you got to be willing to stand there and fight with you. We came over here in slavery together. We are the only nation of people. Do you hear the dude brought a point out over there? Do you hear white women say there are no good white men out here? Oh wait, no they don't. That is something that ain't nothing going on but the rent. Ain't no good black men out here. That's a lie. There's a lot of good brothers out here that are looking for wives. Right. Read it again. Come on.
I will therefore that the younger women marry.
Come on.
Bear children.
See, it's in order. Marry. Then you have children. That's how you build a strong nation.
Right.
Because the mother, she teaches the child, but who's teaching the mother? The husband's supposed to. Because the Bible is in order. Well, I'm going to show you that. Read on. Come on.
Bear children, guide the house.
Do what?
Guide the house.
Because we saw something during this pandemic, during COVID, there was a lot of black women out here afraid. You know why? Because when you look at Karen and Biff was out there in Walmart getting the supplies. Karen was at the house with the kids chilling. But you saw a lot of black women out there, single mothers, out there going to get supplies, scared, afraid. Because a lot of them run the black man off. Or they say the black man ain't no good, but he was good enough to create a life with. We gotta stop. That's a sick way of thinking.
Teach.
Read on. Come on.
Give none occasion to adversaries to speak reproachfully.
So don't let like when you go into a nail salon or a hair salon, you hear Ling Ling and Becky in there talking about how men ain't no good. Shut that stuff down. No, they don't talk about they men like that. The Chinese people, have you noticed, if you ever go into the birthing ward of the hospital, when white people have babies, their whole family's there. It's an honorable thing. When black women have babies, they have a list outside that say, don't let that Negro up in here. We are destroyed as a nation. We destroy ourselves. Give me Proverbs 31, start at verse 1. Let's see how a mother's what she's supposed to be teaching a young man. Let's see how Lemuel's mother got down. Let's see if she was saying ain't no good black man. Ain't nothing going on but the rent. Let's see how this sister was rolling. Let's see what she was putting her son on game on what to look for in a sister. Read that.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 31, verse 1.
Come on.
The words of King Lemuel.
So the words of King Lemuel. Come on.
The prophecy that his mother taught him.
That is who?
That his mother taught him.
This woman was teaching her. She's like, hey, I'm going to put you on something, son. Let you know what you need to be looking for in a righteous woman. You can stay, sis. You can stay. See, and that's why we have a husband. So you got to get home to the baby. See, that's why we're going over this. This is important in our communities. Read on. Come on.
What my son and what the son of my womb and what the son of my vows, give not thy strength unto the woman.
He said, don't give your strength to a woman. You the power in the house. You deal with her because she's the weaker vessel. A lot of women think that they're on the same level as a man. Newsflash, y'all not. A woman, it ain't about that. Men are designed to do stuff that women are. We're not the same.
You're not the same.
No, but a lot of our people think that equal rights. No, it ain't equal. God created man and he took woman out of man. He said, look, it's not good for him to be alone. But this is the woman's for you,
See?
not the man for the woman. But we've gotten it twisted here in America. If you notice, the other nations, they're very submissive to their men. But we have a problem in our community with that. But read on, come on.
Give not thy strength unto thy woman.
Come on.
Nor thy ways to that which destroyeth kings.
Read. Because he said it did what? It does what?
Nor thy ways that which destroyeth kings.
Because when you have a lot of strong, independent black women raising young black men, the men are very emotional. They're very effeminate.
That's my grandson, and I'm talking about.
And you see what I'm saying? And they're probably.
Himself with these,
Go ahead, sis.
these girls, these women in the house. They are pushing him in the room, and he's falling apart.
And the problem with that, he acts very emotional, and a lot of
He's on medication.
And then you see a lot of the killing going on.
Damn.
Because the family is supposed to be man, woman, and the woman teaching the children according to God's laws. But a lot of the families are out of order, and a lot of the young men are these little monsters running around here.
He's falling apart right now.
We went over to Almanessa at night. That's when the older people started to, when they saw us out there, they started coming out of their homes and talking to us. They said, we're glad y'all are here because a lot of these young dudes out here, they run around shooting people, selling dope, and they ain't no man in the house. Because the men, a lot of them are too afraid to stand up and be men. But that's why we are here. That's why the prophecy back. Read. Come on.
It is not for kings, O Lemuel.
Read.
It is not for kings to drink wine, nor for princes strong drink.
Read.
Lest they drink and forget the law, and pervert the judgment of any of the afflicted.
Jump to verse 11. Let's get to the point.
The heart of her husband doesn't safely trust in her.
Because a man, when we know he's got a good wife, like every man out here you see, we're all married. Our hearts rest safely in our wives because they follow these laws. Let's read it again.
The heart of her husband does safely trust in her.
Jump up to verse 10.
Who can find a virtuous
So
woman?
they posing a question, who can find a virtuous woman? I'll tell you right now, the women out here with these big eyelashes, spandex on, fingernails way out here, ain't nobody looking to marry that. So they loud, you can't tell. They start working that. You know, y'all black women, you can't tell me nothing, nigga.
See?
Who want to marry that? You laugh, I'm telling the truth. We've seen it.
Bring it out.
Right.
Ain't virtuous at all. Read on, come on.
Who can find a virtuous woman? For her price is far above rubies.
I don't know if you've ever seen rubies. You probably got a smartphone. He said her price is above rubies. A woman who shame-faced stays home, takes care of the kids, know how to cook, silent. Our women got some big mouths. We love them, but they got some big doggone mouths. You know, Bill Collection's knock on the door, you just send her out front. They don't run them out for you. I'm gonna hell them out of here. Y'all keep the money. You see what I'm saying? But what the scripture say? Read it again.
Who can find a virtuous woman?
It says, who can do what?
Who can find a virtuous woman?
That is a black woman's superpower. You got a brother, a black woman, she marries a black man who goes to work 14, 16 hours a day. If she could get anything she wanted, when that brother hits the door, he comes home and she says, how was your day, my lord? You want me to draw you a bath? Are you hungry? That brother might give her his whole wallet. But what our black women say? You left the toilet seat up. You didn't do this. The bills is due. Ain't nobody want to hear that. Who want to hear that when they hit the door? They be out there fighting the woes of the world. They come home, they got to hear that garbage. That's why I said, let me read it again.
Who can find a virtuous woman?
They said, who can find a virtuous? They looking. The brother was, his mother put him on a, look for this. Who can find this? Read.
For her price is far above rubies.
And her price is above rubies. But let's see. Read on, come on.
The heart of her husband does safely trust in her.
Because he knows he got a good thing.
Those trucks over there?
Which ones?
That's over there on that lot.
Let me, his son's over there?
That's his truck.
Oh, right there?
He owns them trucks. Over there.
Oh, he owns trucks. Okay.
He works 14 hours a day.
And he worked 14 hours? Is he married?
All he want to do is come home to a home-cooked meal.
He want to do what?
Home-cooked meal.
He want to come home to some food and some salad.
And a clean bath.
And a what?
And a clean bathroom.
Let's see if that's in the Bible. Give me a title scripture. That's in the Bible, sis.
Yeah.
That is in the scripture. That's what a man wants. Brother will go out and, you ever seen these brothers hanging on the back of them trash trucks? That's some hard work. Them brothers work hard. They out there hanging on trash truck and they better not get behind because the trash truck will leave them. You gotta, hey, if you want from the West Bank and you got to catch that truck back, hey, you might want to keep up. But all that brother wanted some silence. Hey, that's work. All they want is they want to be some quiet, some food. Titus 2, verse 2, verse 3. Listen to this.
The book of Titus, chapter 2, verse 3. The aged woman likewise, that they be in behavior as becoming holiness.
So the older women, because what are the older women? What are they doing? They teaching. They teaching the children. It says, let the aged women do what?
Be in behavior as becoming holiness. Not false accusers.
Not false accusers, read.
Not given to much wine.
Not drunk all the time, read.
Teachers of good things.
Teaching young women how to be wives. A lot of young women today, they do not know how to be a wife to a husband. They don't know how to deal with a man.
Right.
Because they think what they see on Love and Hip Hop, basketball wives, they think that's how you're supposed to deal with a man. That's not how you deal with a man.
Teach.
And then they wonder why they're alone, raising kids by themselves, struggling. That's not the way our women are supposed to be.
Bring it out.
We have to, as men, protect our communities. Give me 1 Kings 2 and 2. Because it's high time that the men, it's got to start with the men. Because if you notice, you see your Cardi B's, you got your Meg Thee Stallions. A lot of what they're putting out, that's what a lot of the youth are following. That is a horrible example for our youth.
That's what I don't like.
Exactly. But the aged women, they should be out there showing women the right way. How to dress modestly, how to guide a house, how to handle themselves, how to respect yourself. Right. Read that.
The book of 1 Kings, chapter 2, verse 2.
Come on.
I go the way of all the earth.
Come on.
Be thou strong, therefore.
Because iron, the way iron sharpens iron, I'm around men of my same mind, and they build me up. They teach me how to be the man that I am today, according to God's laws. That's the way the women are supposed to be around other women, like-minded, according to God's laws, and teaching them. That's what's going on here. Son's about to take over because his father's about to die. So he's explaining some things. Get verse 1. Just read. David. Read about David.
Now the days of David drew nigh, that he should die.
Come on.
And he charged Solomon his son.
David's getting ready to die. He charged his son. He let his son know. Read on. Let's see what he told him.
I go the way of all the earth. Be thou strong, therefore.
He said, be strong. Because you know, when we about to lose, it's a bereavement period when somebody's getting ready to pass, you know, you're kind of sorrowful. But he said, hey, you know what? I'm about to die. Be strong. Read.
Be thou strong, therefore, and show thyself a man.
So he said, you got to be strong and show yourself a man. Read.
Right. And keep the charge of the Lord thy God.
He said, you got to keep God's laws, statutes, and commandments. That's what he's letting them know. Like, hey, I'm letting you know what you need to be following. But a lot of our youth today, this order and structure that the Bible talks about, they don't know anything about this.
Teach.
They don't know anything about it because we see it in their actions. We see it how they carry themselves. Like, you see young people robbing old people. You don't see them saying, hey, man, you need help getting your groceries into the house. No, they don't do that. They wait for you to take your groceries out your car, go in your house, and they come to steal your car. That is a destroyed mind. And the Bible talks about, give me Hosea 5:15. Because we are destroyed as a nation. But once we repent and come back to God's laws, we got to do better. That's what it comes down to. We have to do better. We got to come back to these commandments.
Right.
Read that.
The book of Hosea, chapter 5, verse 15. I will go and return to my place.
That should hurt our feelings. I don't like using the F word, but that should hurt. Because this is the Lord saying, I'm going back to my place. You think he's worried about graffiti being painted on the side of his building? Negroes stealing his car? People shooting at him? People robbing him? He ain't worried about that. Because he said, where's he at? Read that.
I will go and return to my place.
He said, I'm going to return it to my place. Until what? Read.
Till they acknowledge their offense.
He said, until they, that's us. Until we acknowledge. Look at this neighborhood.
I know.
Look at this. He said, until we acknowledge our offenses. Read.
And seek my face.
This is how we seek the Lord's face right here. We got to seek him out. He ain't going to come to us. We're going to go to this Bible. That's what's going to happen. Read.
In their affliction.
In their what?
In their affliction.
When our people, you know what the affliction is? The murders, the abortion clinics, the sisters laying on that cold steel table, getting instruments stuck in them and destroying a life. Our men getting strung out on drugs, alcohol, look, beer cans all up and down the highway. We buy from our oppressors until this is affliction. Our people, they get excited about the smallest stuff. Oh man, yeah, I got my taxes back. What do they do with the taxes? They run and give it right back to who? That's why they give it to you. I'm sure this in the Bible. Give me Deuteronomy 28:48. That's a curse. He said, until we acknowledge our affliction. We are getting affliction. We're getting afflicted today, but we have to acknowledge it. We got to acknowledge that there is a problem. This is therapy. This is the therapy for the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans right here. We're ripping that Band-Aid off that cut. We need to know this. Like them young men right there. Hey, y'all come over here and talk to me. Them young men right there, they need to know that, I'm talking to y'all. Come on over here. Guarantee they ain't got nothing going on today. They need to be learning that they are the greatest people on this earth.
Right.
They are, but they don't know. In the next probably 10 to 15 years, one of them will probably be dead, the other one will probably be in prison. But they'll probably think that they can make it in sports. But that's the narrative we gotta change. We gotta change that narrative. Read that.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 4.
Or if they look, I guess they'll end up over there on the boulevard drinking and yelling at us. Read that, come on.
Verse 48.
Read.
Therefore shalt thou serve thy enemies.
Serving their enemy. If that Arab man shut that store down, where are they gonna sit there and drink? I'll wait. Where are they gonna sit and drink at? If he comes out there and tell them, get y'all behinds off my property, what they gonna do then? He ain't gonna say that. You know why? Because he's getting them to break the Lord's Sabbath day. He getting them to buy and sell on the Lord's Sabbath.
Right.
Keeping us destroyed. What did I say again? Read that.
Therefore shalt thou serve thy enemies.
That's why that Stockholm Syndrome you see right there, he will attack us for them. That's why they don't worry. Because America's top watchdog is the black woman and the black man who thinks that he's white. The Uncle Ruckus. We won't protect all. We'll let somebody snatch our own up, but they'll fight to the death. They'll fight us to the death to protect other nations. That's a damn shame. Read it again. I'm going there today. I don't give a damn. I'm going there today, sis. And he can sit and run his damn. I don't care. Read.
Therefore shalt thou serve thy enemies.
Because he's serving his enemy right now. That's what he's doing. Making Miller, Bud Light, and Coors Light rich. Serving his damn enemy. Read.
Right.
You got the right one today, bro. Read. Come on.
Which the Lord shall send against thee.
Against us?
Which the Lord shall send against
the Most
thee.
High sent them against us because we broke his law. That's why we serve our enemies. Read.
In hunger.
And what?
In hunger.
That's why they sell us crawfish. They sell our people pork. Black people lead the way in obesity and high blood pressure.
Keep the hospital.
And we keep the hot. Look at the ICU. That is.
The same problem, baby.
What's that?
Everybody got the same problem.
No, they don't.
Listen, boy, please.
80% of black people are overweight.
Don't tell me, bro.
Read it again. Come on.
Therefore shalt thou serve thy enemies. Which the Lord shall send against thee. Which the Lord shall send against thee.
Come on.
In hunger.
And what?
In hunger.
Whatever they put out for us to eat, crawfish, that's a cockroach of the waters. A pig will eat another pig. It runs our people's blood pressure up, it gives them gout. It destroys us.
Right.
But where do we go to get it? Our enemies.
Bring it out.
Because it's cheap and we don't have a lot of money. Read on, what else we get from it?
And in thirst.
And in thirst. That Pepsi, Budweiser, Heineken, Coors Light. There's nothing wrong with having 1 or 2 beers, but you're not supposed to be drunk on that stuff though. That's why it says, therefore shall you serve thine enemies. And what? Read it from the top again. Come on.
Therefore, which the Lord shall serve thy enemies.
The Lord sent them against us. He gave us this. He said, look, you can rule the earth, but you got to keep the laws. Read on. Come on.
Which the Lord shall send against thee.
Who sent them against us?
Which the Lord shall send them against thee.
Come on.
In hunger.
In hunger. Come on.
And in thirst.
And in thirst. Read.
And in nakedness.
And the clothes that we put on. This may say IUIC, but do we have the resources to control the textiles? No. We have to go to our enemy just like everybody else. You know why they give me Root 3 and 8? This is why. Because we must understand that we think we're free. We're not. What's that? You already. You're supposed to. That's what. Remember we just read about how. That's why I was saying. Yes, ma'am. That's why I said in David when he was letting Solomon know, like, hey, that's right. Read that.
The book of Baruch, chapter 3, verse 8.
Come on.
Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity.
If the Bible says we are yet this day in our captivity, we still in slavery. But a lot of our people think that, oh man, I get to go out, I get a check, I can do this, I can do that. That's not surviving. When the world was built for our sake. The Lord said, get Deuteronomy 21. I want you to get this.
Bring it out.
This is anybody who kicks against this, they're the devil the Bible speaks of. And they want to stay slaves in a place that's going to be destroyed. Thank you. Thank you. When your alarm clock goes at 4 in the morning, I'm pressed. I gotta get up and drag my. I gotta go work. I gotta go work for a person I can't stand. Yeah. And that's why the scripture said that in their affliction. Once our people get afflicted so much, I'm like, dang, I'm tired of this. Go read that.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 1. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
So he said, if we listen, this is the Lord letting Moses know to tell Israel, if you hearken to what I'm about to put y'all on to, life could be a hell of a lot easier for us. Let's listen to what would happen if we listen. Read.
To observe and to do all his commandments.
So just do the commandments. We didn't have to worry about nothing when we brought us out of Egypt. He was feeding us. Our clothes didn't even diminish. He was taking, the Lord was providing, we were eating food, manna, food from heaven. All we had to do was keep his laws. Read on, come on.
Which I command thee this day.
He said, I'm commanding that y'all do this day. Come on, read.
That the Lord thy God will set thee on high.
So it said, if we kept his commandments, he will set us on high. Who don't want to be up there? Who want to be down here, check to check, deep in debt? Nobody want to do that. I hate seeing my people in these conditions. Our people are destroyed. Read.
Above all nations.
What?
Above all nations
so
of the
earth. I will
earth.
set you above all nations on the earth. But we didn't keep God's laws. So now, look at our conditions. Look at how we live it. We are destroyed. Read it again.
And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
So if we listen to the Lord thy God, come on.
To observe and to do all his commandments.
So if we kept his commandments, read.
Which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high.
So he said he will set us on high.
We used to scream black power while heroin was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission. Minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold. From Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are our men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.